Hello ladies and gents, I am Different and welcome back to From the Depths Vehicle Designer. In this episode I'm going to be designing a small ship which is going to be housing the particle accelerator turret. That is not prefabs, it is this one. The 9 meter 121 pipe particle accelerator ball turret. So this is basically going to be the only armament on this ship, and well, we'll see how it goes. So I've got the basic shape here now. So I've got to put in one of the large engines, I can't even remember the power now, the 6800 power engines, and this runs at 1288 power per fuel. Put in some actual material canisters here at the side, and then fuel here. So this ship is actually going to be basically non-explosive, which is going to be a very nice little feature. It's going to be a hydrofoil design, so I'm just going to put those in now. And also, I just want to angle the front of the ship, and this is where I want to put in the AI. Also, I do need some countermeasures. Ooh, I was going to put in ammo, so I can't put in flares. Maybe I should just put one of my little LAM systems in. This is mostly going to be a very cheap ship. It's a little bit more expensive than I was expecting already, but a small LAM system won't take up too much material. 1200 material, and this will actually allow me to protect against missiles, so put this in. Well, I've made a nice curve for the front of the ship. Unfortunately my LAM system does not fit in it, so I'm going to have to strip it out and try again. Well, I've changed my idea of where I'm going to put the LAM system. I'm actually going to put it on the belly of the ship. This is because this space is going to be unused. Might be dip into the water a little bit, which means I can just put some more thrusters there, actually some prop thrusters, and put the LAMs towards the back of the ship. So these have a good arc all the way around, and so they should be able to shoot anything coming down from the front, but also this is hopefully going to be mainly orbiting the target, so at least one LAMs will be always facing towards the enemy. Just finishing up the actual hydrofoils of this ship, because I do believe an actual hydrofoil boat will be superior to a displacement craft. I've just put in the AI. It doesn't need to be anything particularly fancy. I've remembered to put in an intra-vehicle transmitter, so this will be able to communicate with other ships in the fleet. And yeah, it's just got a target prioritization because this is going to be the particle accelerator, and that works very well against planes. Otherwise, just finishing up the actual pontoons now, and then I'll probably be able to actually start doing some combat testing very shortly. Okay, I've just made a slight adjustment to the particle accelerator, and that is I have increased the overclock. Because I'm using a very large engine here, I just need to ensure that I am actually utilising it. So I've overclocked it up, so it uses 32,000 power per shot, and does a rather insane amount of just shy of 42k damage in EMP blast. So just now to make sure I have enough actual get off the turret and go to the resources and put in enough batteries to power this thing. I'm just finalising up the shields now, just putting some basic reflect shields in place. I don't need them to be especially powerful, but these, or even have much for coverage, since this ship is really designed to be very cheap and cheerful. And yeah, I don't need it to be vastly powerful or anything like that, but a couple of Reflect 1 shields, they barely use any power, and they do stop a rather large number of projectiles. So the shield coverage is now completed. I don't have everything fully protected, but it is pretty good. There's a couple little gaps here and there, but generally the shields are pretty good. I'm just going to now remove the alpha map so you can actually see the ship. There we go, the ship is practically completed now. A couple of things I do need to do. I have forgotten to add in the PID systems, so that is something very important, otherwise the hydrofoils are not going to activate. Though I might just do it with an ACB. The ship isn't that heavy, so actual PID controls for the hydrofoil probably aren't going to be required. Oh, one other thing I haven't done. So the ACB is in place, but the one thing I haven't done, I haven't got any detection systems on this. That is going to be very important. I've got the intra-vehicle transmitter, but no actual detection systems itself. So let's get those in place now. Okay, so all the detection systems are now in place. And also the munitions warners are in place, though they do look a little bit silly and ruin the shape of my ship, so I may change where they're placed. So just save this and then go do some combat testing. Unfortunately on initial spawn it doesn't actually have enough thrust to get itself out of the water, so I'm just going to change these props at the rear to large, huge propellers. I should now easily give it enough thrust get above the waves. Excellent, it does. Though I need to actually give it some additional movement orders. And that is not what I wanted to see. There we go. It's now skimming across the waves at a fair rate, though I'm not sure if it's got quite enough hydrofoils to keep itself above the water. No, it does seem to be doing perfectly fine now. So it's moving very quickly. And how fast is its maximum speed? It's about 52 meters per second, which is very nice and quick. And now to do some combat testing. So let's spawn on the Kalmar. Generally you always select the Kalmar to start with, and we're a little bit too close. And crash, and that's going to make it sink. The shields are working even at this point blank range, which is kind of neat. Against planes, this ship works very nicely though. Bam! Completely annihilated that as it destroyed it in one shot. Not quite, because it hit the sub-object. But now I'd say I dead after 2 shots. So 20 seconds for a kill isn't too bad really. Let's try something a little bit bigger. Oh. AI ignore salvage. So it missed. What's the detection like on the target? Detection is good. It's still a little bit off. Oh, I've forgotten to actually configure the detection systems. Maybe I need to put an IR camera on to get fast detections. Oh no, but there we go. Eventually it hits and annihilates the target. This is definitely a very powerful craft. And it will even be able to take out large things, so just quickly save it. I'm just going to be the Corvette designation. And spawn in some godly lightning hoods. No, Steel Striders, the Fury. So now have missiles inbound. Able to destroy about half of them. Took out a load of the rear engines, but the ship is still floating. Oh, I need to put some repair bots and repair tentacles on this as well. Ooh, that's not good. Just hitting some other things, and detection is down. The detection is pretty much done on this. So it can't quite defeat a Fury on its own, though that is to be expected. The Fury is 45k. I think my ship is... oh, it's 32k, but it is still, you know, quite a bit less. It's 3/4 off the price of the Fury. So it's kind of to be expected. There we go, I've just added some repair tentacles and some repair bots onto it. So now when it's within a fleet, it can support it properly. Can't really take on a Fury, though it should be able to take on quite a few other actual planes. So let's try cathode from the Lightning. Lightning hoods are a little bit dangerous due to the fact that they have lasers. And yeah, lasers do not work well against me. Oh, it destroyed the particle accelerator straight away. Basically nullifies it completely. So let's try it against the Stinger. Let's see how well it works against that. Missed. Seems to find torpedoes at me. Should miss quite handily because I'm moving so quickly. There we go. It does seem that as soon as this hits small ships, it does completely annihilate them. So really, this ship is going to be very good early on in the campaign. But later on, I don't think its particle accelerator is really strong enough, or nor is its resilience. So that's basically what happened against the Fury. The Fury did a little bit of damage, and this ship just fell apart. But early Onyx Watch, Deepwater Guard, White Flares, this should do very nicely, and is pretty cheap. So total cost is 33.5k. So it's definitely something which is very good to be using. It's how many volume? So it's 3k volume. This will be able to defeat things of similar size, I believe. So that's all for now. So thank you very much for watching this episode of From the Depths Vehicle Designer. I am Indifferent. If you did enjoy the episode, please leave a like and or comment below, as it's always great to hear from you lot. Otherwise, that's it from me for now, and I shall see you next time. But until then, I'm out.